What's up, you guys? This is another episode of Healing from Trauma. And as you all know, what do? We are learning to heal, not just simply deal. Again, we are learning to heal and not simply deal. I'm your host, Drebu, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Healing from Trauma. Alright, so as y'all know, this is my podcast where I talk about my mental health and journaling my experiences, blah, 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 blah. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for the support. Please like, share, subscribe. It's Healing from Trauma on all platforms. It's either Healing from Trauma or HFT podcast or Healing from Trauma pod, but that's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or I guess you don't call it Twitter anymore, X, whatever. Anyway, alright, so it has been a rough, rocky road getting to this point of recording an episode, because as badly as I would love to record, my chemical imbalance does not allow me to record, or should I say my mindset? I don't know what you want to call it. But something has been hindering me. So as I have been navigating through this life that I have created for myself in Michigan, I have been having a lot of thoughts and a lot of I don't know, I would say interesting situations. Like, I just realized, like truly realized, that in order to maintain a balance of your mental state and your peace, you definitely have to imply boundaries, because boundaries are what help us feel, I would say, feel better, and to me, do better. Because if I don't have boundaries, then I'm just allowing myself to be in this state of feeling, I don't know, it's just a stupid feeling, and I don't like it. So for instance, I had to kick my little brother out because he crossed my boundaries. I had to also escort my friend out because my whole thing is, when it comes to people, honesty is very, very important to me, because people that'll lie to you or do sneaky stuff behind your back, most likely you cannot trust them in the short or long run, because if they know they can just sneak and lie, they're going to sneak and lie. So I don't know, I just prefer not to have any complications of anything. Like, I don't like conflict of interest, I don't like none of that. So longer story short, I was told that my brother was being inappropriately messing or trying to mess with my friend. But what I didn't know is they had some type of understanding that clearly pushed the boundaries of what my friend was willing to do with my brother or whatever. So instead of just cutting everybody off, I figured I would just relieve myself of everybody, meaning everybody must go. Keep my peace to myself, because some things you just don't do and other things you just don't accept. So it was a combination of both. And I don't like choosing sides. So here I am on this podcast talking about how I just have to continue to create boundaries, because if I don't, I start to feel withdrawn. Like, and it's easier to control your emotions when you have boundaries. Because if I don't have boundaries and you just keep doing something to me, then can I be mad at you, or should I be mad at me because I've never put them boundaries in place? So it brings us to this point of, it's never too late to set boundaries. Sometimes people are used to you not having boundaries, and you have to enforce the boundaries that you have or you newly have. Because at the end of the day, you only have one life. You only have one body, one mind, one heart, one everything, right? So why like, for instance, there's people I was friends with, I will never ever be friends with again, ever. Like, there's nothing you could do or say to make me want to be in this person's presence. You know why? Because they already crossed boundaries, and those boundaries that were crossed cannot be uncrossed. So with that being said, it's like, if you know a person's a boundary crosser, why would you invite them to cross your boundaries? You get what I'm saying? Like, some people just, they weren't raised a certain way, or they just don't understand life adequacy, I guess. I don't know. Me personally, I try to be the best person I can, and if I can't, I try to stay away from people, because if I'm around you, I'm going to get irritated at some point, because I'm a particular type of person. That's just anybody. I just realized that about myself this year, maybe even last year. I don't know. But the things that I used to be comfortable with, I'm not anymore. And the behavior that used to be acceptable is not acceptable anymore. So I don't like hanging around a certain type of people. If I feel like a person is just not of any like, there's not a good reason to be around them. Like, you don't have good stimulant conversations, they don't uplift your spirits, they don't do anything but ask for shit, then those are the people that you should set boundaries with. And I know sometimes it's hard to disassociate from people, but when it comes down to it, you got to think about who livelihood, whose mentality, or whose mental is more important. You caring about someone's feelings because you set boundaries, or your own boundaries that are set to keep people from overusing you, from doing the most, from, like, I can't stand a liar. I cannot stand a fucking liar. And I can't stand a person who say something and don't do what they say they're going to do. Me personally, I could say, I don't like that about myself. I could literally be like, I'm going to take out the trash, I'm going to do this. Like yesterday, I said I was going to clean my crib because I wanted to wake up Monday, start work, and look at a clean environment. What did I fucking do? I half-assed did the cooking. I half-assed the dishes just so I could cook, and then I didn't even fucking do the rest. Why? Because I don't even have discipline or boundaries with myself. Discipline and boundaries, they kind of go hand in hand, because discipline is like the training of, like, you are training yourself to be a certain way. Like, I need to be disciplined with hanging out. Like, okay, for instance, I am not drinking or smoking at all. Now, I will be drinking at my family's cookout, which is on the 27th. But other than that, I will not be partaking in purchasing or indulging in alcohol or marijuana for the month of July. Now, how long will this last? I don't know. But I figured I would push my boundaries and set some discipline for myself, because when I look at what comes with drinking and smoking, so drinking for me is there's alcoholics in my family. I'm sure there's alcoholics in a lot of people's family, but it's something that can become a problem if I allow it to, because addiction, it doesn't know, oh, I'm not gonna bother this generation, or addiction is addiction. And if you got it in your if it runs in your family, it runs in your family, and only God can help you distance yourself from that addiction, or to come out of that addiction, because it definitely is a mental illness, a sickness, if you will. Because if you feel or think that alcohol is going to subside your problems, you're sadly mistaken and absolutely wrong. Okay, you're talking to a person who decides, I can't even always control my emotions when it comes to like, I can't be like, hey self, you feel bad today but you want to drink, and don't feel bad after you drink. That's not how it works. I literally can say, I don't want to, I feel bad, and I'm still going to drink. Or this is just going to, it's almost like a sleeping pill for me at this point. So it's a thing where I feel like, okay, I used to do coke. I don't do coke no more. As many times as I've said I was going to do coke, as of recently, like, oh yeah, well, if my friend do coke, I'm going to do coke, or I'm going to do coke because I want to stay up, or whatever. And for some reason, it's not happening. And I'm not mad about it. It's just, it's not happening. So why try to force or even indulge, or even to the point of being around it as a substance? When it comes to alcohol, it's just like, oh, it's so easy to get. So it's so accessible. You can get drunk for fucking $5. Not that I'm getting drunk for $5, because Dre don't do that. Because, honey, I'm not Nicolayan. I don't drink Browns. I'm not We need Julio. I could do Patron. I could even do Jose Cuervo. But that is very, 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 very far in between. If I'm drinking Jose Cuervo, someone else bought it. I'm not buying it. I think I've bought Jose Cuervo one time since I've been out here the whole year. So, yeah, I prefer different or certain types of tequila. So my spending habit won't allow me to drink how I want to drink. But if I could, it would be all bad. And even to the point, it is still bad because I'm spending money, finances that I don't typically really have to quench a vice or thirst that is unquenchable. Because if you think about it, you can never have too much alcohol. I mean, you can, because there's alcohol poisoning and whatever, but I mean, like, you could never get that feeling and just be like, unless you overdo it. Now, me personally, I could drink every day. I could drink every day, if not every other day, if I'm drinking a lot. And that's not the way anyone should be. Because there's a reason you're drinking. You're trying to suppress something. And that's what happens every time I was drinking. When I lived in Johnstown, me and my best friend stayed in Johnstown. I was drinking, we were drinking about $200 plus, no less than about $200 a week on alcohol. And that's terrible when one of you are unemployed and the other one is a stripper. And then I was drinking at work, so it was all bad. It was all bad because we were sitting there trying to find ourselves. But because we couldn't find ourselves, we found the liquor store. All right, and we are back. So I had to take a pause because, as you all know, I do work from home, so I don't really have a set schedule, and that's not even the reason. I need to just do better. But anyway, okay. So, and again, you guys, I am working on it. But back to this alcohol thing. So I decided to cut these vices out because, one, I don't need them to feel like I'm doing okay in life. If anything, I would recommend God, because first of all, when I smoke marijuana, I get anxious. Like, I'm cool until I'm not cool. And it's not an anxious like, oh, my heart's about to stop anxious. It's an anxious like, oh, God, something's about to go wrong. Or, oh, goodness, what's about to be next? Or, oh, whatever. Like, it just puts me in this state of a relaxed fucking paranoid. I don't know. Or a relaxed. I don't know how to explain it, because weed has been a staple in my life for so long. My reactions to it is so, I don't know. I know I get lazy. I know my thoughts are not as articulate and are a bit more cloudy. I do know that because when I was in jail and I did not have marijuana or weed, not only did I fucking survive, but also, I mean, I didn't have no withdrawals. I wasn't shaking and quaking. If anything, I might have cried a couple times out of frustration because, like, bro, I really wish I could smoke. But that's all in your mind. That's not something that's like, I'm not going to have a freaking panic attack because of it. Now, I have in my past, but I feel like, again, that's a mental thing. Because in my past, I've literally cried because I didn't have any weed, because I felt I really needed weed as if it was a solution and not more of a problem, because taking money away from anything is always going to be a problem. And I'm not going to lie, weed it's expensive depending on how much you smoke. Now, everybody might say, oh yeah, $20 a day ain't bad. But first of all, okay, let's just remember that we can no longer you're very lucky if you find a $20 bag. Everything's like 25 and up. I mean, you could go to the dispensary and get a gram or whatever, but who the fuck, $10, $15? Like, barely. I don't even know anybody who buys nickels and dimes anymore, just to be honest. So let's just say we take $25 times how many days is in a fucking month, okay? Or even if you do it every other day. So what would that put? 15? So $25 times 15 days, because let's just say you don't smoke that much and you just, hit a couple of months a day, and $25 a day or every other day holds you over. That's $375 fucking dollars. Do you know how much money I spend on weed every other day? It's either it's $25 to $40. 25 if I don't got the 40, which it doesn't make any fucking sense for real. But yeah, like, no. So a person that got a car payment and a motherfucking and gotta pay and gotta no, like, no, we're not, no. So I just want to prove to myself that I'm better than what my other stuff would try to tell me or make me believe, like, oh, you need the alcohol, oh, you need the weed. I don't need shit but God, okay? And second, I apologize for cussing before I said God, but I don't need a goddamn thing before the Lord. And at the end of the day, that's the only thing or entity or whatever you want to call them, that's the only greatness or higher power that have the ability to change your heart, to change your mind, and to change your habits. If you allow or want the change, he will allow the change. So even if that means I can't talk to nobody for a month because maybe I'm not the nicest person when I'm not drinking or smoking, I don't know. I really don't care, because it's not about everybody else. It's about me, and I'm doing what's going to be beneficial for me. And I'm not saying this is an everlasting journey, and I'm not saying I'm going to 100% make it, but I'm not going to say I'm not, because then I'm putting that in air. So I'm going to say, matter of fact, I am going to say I'm 100% going to make it, because if I don't have a choice, I can't force. I don't know how to explain it. I just know that I don't have to drink to survive. I don't have to smoke to survive. And that there are other remedies and other things to do, like talking to God, like praying to God, reading your Bible, things like that also are substances. Better substances than the worldly ones, for sure. And I'm just at a point where I'm just tired of going in circles. I'm tired of this search of something that I cannot grasp. And sometimes that's my own goddamn emotions. So again, the reason why it took so long, like I paid for my subscription for this goddamn platform like 2 fucking weeks ago. So you only get 4 weeks. And then if I only record once a week, that's 4 episodes. I'm like 3.5 episodes behind. And it's not because of anything less than me not having discipline or me just allowing other things to come into my life that really aren't, it's not going to get me nowhere. It's not going to uplift what I'm already doing. So it's like, why even be bothered? But yeah, boundaries, back to them boundaries. So yeah, sometimes boundaries hurt because you don't want to enforce them, because you don't want to be unliked, or you don't want people to think you're the enemy, or you just care so much about what other people think. And I'm here to tell you, fuck them people and fuck what they think. If they don't like the way you live your life and them in your life is not making it better, fuck them people. If you got to get rid of them, it is what it is. Like some people, I have a close friend that her boundaries are so strong. I could have never influenced her with my bullshit. Never. The shit that I was doing and going through and choosing to handle, she would never. Even when I tell her about my friendships or tell her what's going on in my life, you know what she tell me? I need to get the fuck away from the people I'm around. I need to find better friends. I should want better for myself. And as much as I hate to hear her say that, she's right. Because even now, I've been in nothing but bullcrap drama, lies, fakeness, all types of stuff. So it's just like, what am I contributing to this? Is me being naive, or me continuously dealing with it, because sometimes we will overlook our boundaries out of loneliness, like, oh, we just have to be around somebody, or we just want to hang out, or we just whatever. But it's like, when is the time gonna come where I can't keep doing this at fucking 35, bro? Next thing you know, I'll be fucking 40 years fucking old. Then what? I'm still talking about, oh, I got terrible friends, or oh, I'm in a terrible situation, or oh, this, and that. Like, bro, not to mention, I got a whole family trip to go to this fucking month. How the fuck am I going to do that if I'm out here drinking every day and smoking every day? Because the shots of Don Julio is about $8. That's like a double shot, I think. So imagine I get about 2 of those a day minimum. So that's already $17. So let's say if I get 2 of those a day, okay? Now that's $17 times, and let's just do it again, 15 days. Let's say I don't drink every day, it's every other day. $255 fucking dollars. Are y'all listening to me? 255 plus 3, whatever that last number was, nigga. I'm already at $500 worth of savings just by cutting habits that aren't really benefiting me. I feel like to drink it should be celebratory. Like like I'm going to drink on the 27th because that's my family's cookout. Even though I don't have to, but I'm going to. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I already made that up in my mind because I said, you know what, I ain't doing nothing. Then I thought about, oh shit, my uncle's having this big old get together, family, friends, whatever. So I'm like, well, I'm definitely not about to be around them not drinking. I'm not that I can't, because there was when I was in jail, there was people doing substances that I wasn't doing. So I definitely cannot not drink, but I know I want to drink and I'm going to drink. So I'm going to go have fun. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to allow myself or anyone to peer pressure. Those are some boundaries I was telling you about. I'm not going to allow myself or anyone to jeopardize my discipline, my journey, my anything, because let me tell you, it doesn't take much. Like I said earlier, I didn't say I was going to do coke at least a good 4 times since I've been out here, and I haven't done it. You know why? I can't tell you why, other than God, it doesn't have that for me to do. And other than it sounds good, and my flesh is like, yeah, let's do some coke. And it's like, no. Every time I fall asleep or something happens where I just don't do it. And I haven't done coke in years, y'all. Years. I almost had a relapse. I think about a year ago, because, or maybe a little over a year, because I don't know, I was again in a down point in my life. Why we think that being down equals drugs, I don't fucking know. That's because that's the way we were kind of, not my mom brought us up, but I would say society, I would say surroundings. Like, oh, you fucked up, come drink this drink. Oh, you fucked up, come hit this blunt. Oh, you fucked up, and that's really not how it should be. It's just say, oh, you fucked up, pray about it. Oh, you sad, pray about it. Oh, you depressed, read about it. Oh, you like, you know what I mean? Instead of me figuring, okay, well, I'm about to just go to this liquor store and I'm going to buy something that's going to make me feel a little wavy. When in reality, I'm a wavy ass individual already, as mentally unstable maybe. And when I say unstable, I don't mean like Jeffrey Dahmer unstable. I mean like I have trauma. Sometimes we all have intrusive thoughts. So trauma, intrusive thoughts, and not having that discipline and not setting those spiritual boundaries or even those self boundaries, the boundaries where I can tell myself, Drea, like, snap out of it or get your shit together. Because at the end of the day, that's the boundary. Setting a boundary for how long you can sit and wallow in bullshit. Because I have literally sat days and didn't wash my ass because I just felt so like, what the fuck? Like, what is the point of washing my ass? Bitch, so you don't stink. Hygiene, self-care. We could go on. There's so many benefits to washing your ass, but somehow my mind convinced me that things are so bad, I don't even gotta wash my ass. When that's the least you can do. You can at least be depressed and clean, but no, I'll be sitting up here like, damn, I don't want to do nothing. Like, and I feel like I have been self-diagnosed for so long that I need to, I'm definitely going to go seek some sort of counseling, and yeah, because I know this may be illegal, but I have a friend, and this friend takes antidepressants, and I'm not suggesting this for anybody, okay? I'm not this is Drea saying, disclaimer, do not do what I say. Don't do what I say when I refer to what I do or have done. When I speak of things that I could have done better, then you can take that and run with it. And if I speak of things that God will want you, okay. But as far as what Drea did, don't be like Drea. So anyway, I have a friend who basically is a pharmacist, not really, but a hood pharmacist, because one, he has lived to be 7 decades old. Okay, so I would take his advice before I take a drug dealer like the one that sold my uncle whatever drugs it was that killed him. Okay, so anyway, he takes antidepressants and anti-anxiety pills or whatever. Now, some may say, well, why the fuck would you take a medicine that you're not prescribed or what? Listen, I'm taking the advice. If y'all could go trust a doctor that's only been in school for fucking 10 years and only did this man's 70 years old. He done been through the storm, okay? I'm trusting what he say. I don't give a fuck. He getting prescribed the medicine. I could Google it and it's his name on the fucking prescription bottles. Like, it's not like a person that getting fake pressed pills or whatever. This is real life medication. May not be mine, but it's medication. But anyway, so, I tried it. I liked it. And I feel like I'm not saying that's the answer or medicine can outdo what God can do. However, I'm being real with myself when I say that I feel like I benefit from antidepressants and anxiety medicine, because have you ever have anxiety just by going into Walmart? Have you ever had anxiety just by knowing you had to leave your front door? I don't do nothing to nobody. I don't have to look over my shoulders like that. I don't fear for my life. But for some reason, I get over fucking whelmed with emotions for no reason at all. Like, no reason. I could just be sitting and it's like, damn. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But anyway, so this person posed a question like, so you're just taking medicine from somebody and you don't know and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, have you ever done Molly? Have you ever done ecstasy or any other street market drug? And when I asked him, have you ever done ecstasy? His answer was, yeah. No, I said, I'm not ecstasy. I'm sorry. I said, have you ever done Molly? Yeah. I said, all right. Did you know the dealer personally? Like, no. Oh, well, I mean, that's my friend. Oh, but can he tell you where the drug came from? Was it prescribed to him to then give to you? Or was it prescribed to you? No? Okay, so please shut the fuck up when talking to me about shit like that, okay? You're talking to a person who lost a friend who's done Molly, lost an uncle who did, I think it was heroin. I used to worry about I'm not going to say who. I used to worry about a friend because my friend was doing perks. Not because, I just perked out perkhead. Partially because, okay, maybe just as much as I was doing weed, they would like perks. But also this person was going through things with their body. You get what I'm saying? And yes, that's how addictions happen, because you're ultimately taking something to fix a problem, but then it becomes too comfortable and familiar, and now it's more pleasurable than healing. I don't know how to explain it, but listen, okay? I used to worry about her because she did perks. She was pretty smart with her perk picking, because for the most part it would be people who got prescription. I feel like I'm dry snitching, but I feel like I was always worried about what if she ever got to the point of, I'm just going to take it. What did he say? Kodak Black said, I know the perk was 8 and I still ate. Yeah, not that she would normally know it's fake and still eat it, but just the fact that she wouldn't have known it was fake and ate it. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, yeah, like, I don't know. I'm happy to get this off my chest. I feel like I've had maybe a weight lifted, so to speak, because when I tell you, it's hard. And then it's sometimes it's definitely lonely, because we are destined to go through our journey. Yes, we can go through it with someone, but ultimately we're alone. If you lose a child, you could have 112 friends. If 112 friends didn't lose a child, and even if they did, you still lost a child. So they can only empathize and understand if it had happened to them, but 9 times out of 10 that's not always the case. It's things that happen to you that only you know where that took you mentally. Anyway, yeah, so just know, like, the only comfort, or the only I don't know how to explain it, but I know I feel more comfort when I'm at peace. I feel like everyone does, but I'm just speaking for myself. At peace. What does peace mean to me? Well, peace means not having confusion, not having conflict, not having intrusive thoughts, which is kind of impossible, because well, who doesn't have an intrusive thought? It's about silence it out. And also the people you're around. You know, sometimes you could be around somebody and they are your intrusive thought. Like, I can't stand people that are like that. And I'm like, oh man, she almost hit my car. Yeah, she did almost hit your car. Did you see how close she was? Girl, it couldn't have been me. Because if she was that close to my car, I'm going to tell you what I would have done. Wouldn't have done a motherfucking thing. Wouldn't have done a fuck thing. Nothing. But the way people are, like, I can't stand a fucking negative, I can do it, but you might can't, or, oh, other people can do it, but you can't, or, I don't know. And to the motherfuckers that support everybody the fuck else and don't support you, don't worry about it, honey, because when you get to where God has you destined, your destination, you're destined to be, guess what? Those same people is going, I knew you could do it. I believed you. I always said you was, yeah, no. And don't allow that to corrode your spirit or hurt or anything like that. Just look at it like, okay, well, they just a little slower than everybody else. Everybody else in your greatness, but hey. And my fucking system is spinning, and it's just spinning, and now I'm sitting here looking like I'm not doing work, but I really am. Whew. Anyway. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and catch up with y'all, or catch y'all up, or I don't know, catch up with y'all. But I really enjoy whatever people can get out of my podcast that is positive or informative or encouraging, because everybody's story can help somebody else some way, somehow. And I know this is off topic, but I'm just watching my cat, and it's so interesting because she is fixed and she can't have kittens or whatever, and I have 2 other little kitty cats. Well, one of them is my homegirl's kitty cat, but one of them is mine. So anyway, it's 2 kittens, and then it's my cat. Now my cat's about 2 years old, and the kittens, they got to be about 4 months. And it's so interesting to watch her like fight with them and chase them and sound like she's killing them, to now I'm just looking at her and they're asleep together, the two kittens, because they're brother and sister. But my cat, who is technically an orphan, I'm just watching her like, clean them and just laying. I think she fancies the girl more than the boy cat or kitten, because I don't know if I've ever seen her really clean Butterscotch, but I definitely seen her clean Sasha more than once. So I don't know what that's about. It's just interesting. Anyway, so to anyone out there listening, I want you to know you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. That may sound cliche, okay? It may sound like, oh my gosh, that's what my grandma or my aunts or whoever used to say and whatever, but it's so true. It is so true. Like, you just gotta believe. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. A part of me right now, because that's part of my routine, or has been part of my routine for years, I want to smoke a blunt so fucking bad. Like, so bad. I almost want to smoke a blunt so bad to the point where I tell myself I'll start over tomorrow. But I know that I can do it. I know I will do it. And I know I just got to keep myself grounded and surrounded by like-minded individuals. So that just means I ain't, I can't hang out with the people that want to smoke all day. I can't go to the weed's house or to the fucking dispensary. I can't do none of that because I'm not smoking anymore. And when you decide you're not doing something, you need to set a boundary, a perimeter of things you will not do that will allow, like, okay, for instance, when I stopped selling coochie, like, that was like a thing that just happened. It literally was like every hoe I've ever befriended was gone. Like, gone. Like, not dead, but just gone. Like, damn, I thought we was friends, bitch. No. You find out real fast that when you don't have the same things in common with a person, oh, honey, that friendship is done. Finished. Finito. There's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing to have in common. You get what I'm saying? So, it's the same thing. If you're not gonna be a hoe, don't hang with hoes. If you want to be a housewife, start hanging with housewives. If you want to be a millionaire, start rubbing elbows with millionaires. Start listening to millionaires. I can't listen to little Pookie on the block and be like, yeah, one day I'm going to get past Pookie. You're not even listening. You're listening, but you're not listening. So, I mean, unless you're using him as an example for what not to do, I wouldn't suggest hanging around Pookie all day and thinking that you're going to get somewhere that Pookie ain't even get to, or they ain't even able to comprehend. For sure. But yeah, let me tell you, life be life, and it's okay. It's not going to be perfect. It's not always going to be peaceful, but you can protect it from any all the like elements of bullshit, if that makes sense. So protect your peace from jealousy. Protect your peace from. I feel like jealousy and envy is a little different, even though they're like the same shit, but. I feel like when you're envious, you're more like willing to do something to get what that person get because you want it so bad. I feel like when you're jealous, you're just being a hater. You're just like, oh, well, I wish I had a Ferrari. How come Jessica has a Ferrari and I don't? Well, maybe because what's that song with Mary? What you don't know is behind closed door. It's a God in me. Y'all know. Just go look up the God in me. But there's like which they don't know is behind closed doors. They get on their hands and knees and whatever, which is oh so true. I don't know about them, but I know that's what it be when people look and be like, dang, you life is going good. No, God is just blessing me for being obedient, not necessarily for the actions outside of obedience. It's like, thank you for listening, or I see you trying, blessings, but I need those you're on the right path blessings, because I see you trying blessings, as blessed and as wonderful as they seem. I need those you're doing well, my child blessings, because these strongest soldier blessings and I'm thankful, but Lord, if you could send down a cookbook of how I need to be cooking up this life, to do the right things, I would be greatly appreciative. But, I'm not saying I want the cheat code or anything, if y'all could only see my face. But yeah, I just want everybody to, if you get anything from me, is that life is not always easy. But it gets easier when God is involved, for sure. For sure. Because without those pills, how I was able to console or be consoled, it was literally God, the Bible. Whenever I just feel like my emotional state is just compacted, just so much going on, I literally... I don't know. I just it's like you just got to give it to God. That's all you can do, is give it to God. And don't just say you're giving it to him. Actually give it to him. Talk to him about how you're surrendering, what it is that you are giving to him. Because let me tell you something, honey. It doesn't get no easier. It might get more comfortable, but easier is not the thing, because you gotta get up every day. One intrusive thought I think about is like, what am I going to be? And honestly, it really doesn't have anything to do with right now, but I find myself thinking about my future self. Where am I going to be in the future? What is my body going to be like in the future? Like, what is a lot of things going to be? And I don't mean body like BBL body. I mean like, there's people that are young and they are struggling physically because of terminal illness or just things happening, and it's like, Lord, like how what do you have in the books for me? Like, and I used to work for a home health. I used to be a home health aide, and what that always made me think of? Who's going to take care of me when I get to this state? How am I going to be when I get to this state? Am I going to have my mind? Am I going to have my body? Like, what is going on? Like, I'm 35 years old. Now, to my knowledge, I don't have any health issues. However, I have people my age that I went to school with that got hella health issues, or, the grown-up health issues, diabetes, hypertension, freaking stuff like that. And it's just like, dang, what do I do? How do, like, I don't even know where to start. Part of me wants to be a vegan. The other part's like, well, I read somewhere it's like, well, you be a vegan, you only add 5 more years to your life. I'm like, damn, well, what the hell? I might as well. I'm still not eating no pork chops, or anymore, because my mom used to always give us, not always, but she damn sure had pork chops on the menu a couple times a week. Just different ways, fried, smothered, baked, But no, I don't eat pork chops to this day. But yeah, all right, I'm running out of talking ammo. I could talk for days, but I'm running out of staying on the same topic ammo. So what have we learned? We have learned to create boundaries for the betterment of ourselves. You gotta create boundaries if you want better. You gotta create boundaries to be better. And what goes alongside boundaries? Discipline. Yay! You got it. Discipline. So boundaries and discipline are important because they go hand in hand. You try to give yourself boundaries, but you don't have discipline. Some boundaries ain't gonna mean a motherfucking thing. I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna. My boundaries is I don't, whatever. And then, but my discipline, I'm so used to doing that or being around it or accepting it that's what I'm gonna do. So now I'm at the point where I understand that boundaries and discipline go hand in hand. If you don't want what they say, if you lay with dogs, you'll get fleas or whatever. So what I would tell any and everybody is, if you want better, the first thing you could do to do better or get better is to mentally, I can't even say mentally be better, but mentally prepare yourself to be better. Like, I'm saying all these things out of my mouth, but I have to discipline my actions and my mind to believe it, and my actions is to stand on it. So discipline is more about being 10 toes down on whatever it is, or as they say, standing on business in this day and age. So I plan on to stand on business with the not smoking, not drinking, not allowing negativity to be in my circle, or negative thoughts to infiltrate from one person's lips or somebody's actions. Because sometimes, people could rub off on you just their actions, like almost like a period. It's like if you get your period and the next thing you know, your friend get your period, the next thing you got your period, or you got your period, then your friend get your period, shit like that. So it's the same thing. Negativity can be the same thing. And I, for one, I don't encourage anybody. If you get around a person and everything they say is woe is me, or you get around a person and they just need, and they're not putting the output of their need, like, I try not to ask of what I cannot do, even, or what I would want to do. So if I'm not capable of doing something, no, we're not even going to go there. But when it comes down to being around and being uplifted, that is very important when it comes to your journey, because who wants to be in a surrounding setting with negativity or people that just don't care about your, what the fuck? They don't care about, sorry, I was doing something wrong. They don't care about your well-being. Like, I don't know. Like I said, discipline. Like, I'm not going to be chilling with people that smoke it all day, because that's discipline. And boundaries is setting that in stone, because if I lack up on my boundaries, if I lack on my boundaries and my discipline is just shit. So, my bad, I had a phone call, but I have been wrapping y'all up for a good 44 minutes. I didn't even know I did. So, I do appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. I apologize. I was not as, no, matter of fact, I'm going to be thorough about it. All right, so let's go into Instagram. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff. So, I'm sorry, I just seen something pop up. Okay, sorry, I just seen something pop up. Dude, the internet is just crazy, man. I need to take a break from that bitch too. Honestly, I still glance on my personal Facebook page, but As far as posting, I'm trying not to because my focus shouldn't be that. Okay. So this podcast is called Healing from Trauma. So on Instagram, it's HFT_podcast. That's HFT_podcast, Healing from Trauma. And then for our X account, I believe it's Healing from Trauma Pod. All together now. Healing, HEALINGFROMTRAUMA. I think I spelled that right, but y'all get it. Y'all ask Siri, ask her, she'll help y'all. But anyway, Healing from Trauma Pod is the X account, aka the Twitter. And then our Facebook, our Facebook is Healing from Trauma, and it's a dash, like in the middle dash, not underscore, not a slash, but a dash. Healing from Trauma dash HFT podcast on Facebook. I'm your host, Drea Boo, and thank you guys for listening. If you made it this long, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. I will be doing a giveaway. Excuse me. I will be doing a giveaway in the month of September. I know that's 2 whole months away, but y'all, maybe it'll be a higher giveaway. I don't fucking know. But we're going to do a giveaway in September because that's the month of my little sister's birthday, and I love her so much. And if anybody could want people to be more like somebody, it would be me wanting the world to be more like my little sister. She's so freaking amazing. She's so kind-hearted. She's sweet. She's a child of God, and she definitely shows me how people could be or should be, you know, as far as maintaining a certain innocence, even though she's in her 30s, but still maintaining a certain innocence. And I don't know, I just love my sister so much. And this will be an honor, and she's still alive. I ain't speaking nothing crazy, but this will be an honor for her birthday. So her birthday is in September. I'll be doing a giveaway in September, so I'll let you guys know in the next coming episodes. Yeah, and that is all, folks. I just missed the whole phone call fucking around with y'all. Don't tell my job. They don't listen to my podcast.